Hey friends, Ty here. So just the other day, I was reminded yet again that the double standard that is running rampant in our world is just absolutely insane. So the other day at my day job, we have a customer call in, and she proceeds to ask every person that she talks to whether or not they are, quote, African American. So, a colleague of mine who is not of that description first gets the call, and she relays to him that she would prefer to work with somebody who is African American. So he asks me, "Hey Ty, would you like to help this customer?" I'm sure. And so I hop on the line with the customer, and she's like, "Ty, I got a personal question for you right off the bat. Are you African American?" Now, me being a little bit of a sarcastic self, and but while still trying to be honest, I said, "Well, I got a black daddy." And she goes, "Well, what does that mean?" And I was like, "Well, I am historically what you would call a mulatto. I have mixed ancestry, predominantly of partially African descent and Anglo-Saxon descent on my mother's side." And she basically essentially told me, "Well, that just frankly won't do." And so she's like, "I would like to work with," these were her words, "I would like to work with a full African American man." And I said, "No problem, ma'am. We actually have a few of those in our employ. You're welcome to come down to our business, and they would be more than happy to help you." And so, and we just left it there. And I just got to thinking, her preference in and of itself is not necessarily what bothers me. It's just, I do see a double standard though, because in an alternate universe, let's say, if it was a white person calling and asking everybody they talk to, "Hey, do you happen to be white? Do you happen to be of European descent?" Those people would be absolutely lambasted and tarred and feathered as racists. Well, guys, in case you needed somebody to tell you plainly, black people are racist too. Not all black people, but black people can be guilty of that same sin, and it needs to stop being enabled by our society. I am of the belief that in the 90s, when I was coming up as a kid, racism, for majority intents and purposes, was almost dead. But no, people, especially those on the Democratic Party, wanted to keep that alive. And guys, newsflash, if you're black and you happen to vote Democrat, I hate to tell you, but you didn't leave the plantation. You just exchanged the old one for another one. And that is the Democratic Party, who feel entitled to your vote, who don't do jack diddly squat for you, and only feign to care about you every 2 years and every 4 years. That's it.